Hello, my lovely creatures. It's Allie of Allie Finale Studios. So I am here at the beautiful Amanson Theater going to see The Secret Garden with Sierra Boggess. Some of you might know her from originating the role of Ariel, a Little Mermaid on Broadway, and also the 25th anniversary of Phantom of the Opera. Now, I'm again going in blind. I vaguely remember reading the book when I was a kid, so this will be a nice surprise. So I'll let you know my thoughts after the show. Let's get going. Finale Studios. The story of Secret Garden, for those who do not know, is about young Mary after she lost her parents to an outbreak of cholera. She moves into the mysterious mansion of her uncle Archibald, where she discovers the Secret Garden. From what I've been told, this is actually a revival, but also a slightly different version from the one that originally premiered on Broadway. So I'll be excited to see the differences between this new show. It's so new, in fact, that they didn't even have a merch line. They actually just had a photo shoot at the bottom of the stairs. It was really beautiful. But yeah, they don't have any merch yet just because it's such a new show that this is sort of its trial run to see how it does. With Sierra Boggess at the helm, I'm sure it has a very good chance of making it back to Broadway. One thing I was told was to come prepared with tissues, which I am fully ready to cry, so we'll see if this show destroys my soul or not. I'll let you all know after this. So those who are interested in seeing the show, just know that this is definitely a more traditional musical in the vein of A Little Princess and Phantom of the Opera. You're not going to get anything like Hadestown or Hamilton that's more contemporary. Okay, so we're at first act intermission, and I've only cried off some of my makeup. But good God, even just like the first note of the first song has just carried through. All of the performers have been incredibly strong. Every single person is pulling their weight. This definitely gives me the vibes of like Phantom of the Opera or something along the lines of that. If you're looking for something that's very tender and very haunting, then this is definitely the musical to see for sure. And that being said, everyone is singing very difficult songs. At least every single person was harmonizing once at some point in the show. I mean, there are multiple duos, trios, quartets, you name it. It's so hard to kind of keep track of that as a singer, but they all did it flawlessly. I have to say that the staging of the show is very interesting as well. I really enjoy the stage pictures and the dynamics of the different actors on stage. They create some strong silhouettes, especially given that ghosts play a big theme in this show. So it's very interesting to see how actors are moving through the space, whether they're a character that's deceased or not. They have all a different way of moving, and it's very interesting. It's one of those things that you kind of have to see to appreciate. Something that's interesting that caught my eye during the show is there's a song that continues to indicate someone is crying. I heard someone crying in this house. Now, it could be that it's Mary crying, it could be the boy, it could be the ghosts of the past, it could be, her surrogate father. And I like that. I like when lyrics have a double entendre, that it could be that it's multiple people or everyone. I love different things like that. And I love hearing lyricists play with that sort of thing. And they're physically playing with it with the pictures on stage, which I think is very engaging, especially when you're watching such a long show too. I hope that the show is very successful. I hope that it has an engaging run. There's still about 7 days as of now to come see it, so I highly recommend checking it out if you're in the LA area. It's very tender. It will definitely leave an impression on you for sure. So overall, I really like the show. I feel like the songs aren't quite as hummable as something like Cinderella or Hamilton. However, you will be left with a profound experience. This show deals a lot with grief and how to get back on your feet after a traumatic event. And it's just a beautiful thing to watch people come together and connect. So I give this show a 4.8 Mary Mary Quite Contraries out of 5. If any of what I've said has sounded interesting to you, feel free to check out The Secret Garden at the Amanson Theater in LA. But until next time, my lovely creatures, Allie over and out.